I've been I've been writing mystery novels, basically whodunits, in which there are half a dozen suspects or so, and the detective, or in my case, sometimes a newspaper man, has to figure out who the guilty party is. In the book, most of my books are Nero Wolfe mysteries, and I inherited that genre from the original writer, Rex Stout. After he died, I wrote a Nero Wolfe book for my mother, just for one person, because she'd introduced me to Nero Wolfe, and that whole series of books that Rex Stout wrote over about a 40-year period. Years later, I began writing them in earnest for New York publishing companies, and always sharing my royalties, because it was legally binding for me to share the royalties with the Stout estate, the daughters of the original the creator of the Rex Stout books. A little later then, I branched out into a series of my own. I've been a Chicago newspaper man for many years and decided to create a Chicago Tribune police reporter who ended up being a detective. And I set these books historically in the Chicago of the 1930s and 1940s, mixing my fictional people with real people who were in Chicago at the time, which meant I did a lot of research in old microfilm from newspapers primarily. The books set in Chicago have a newspaper man, a police reporter named Steve Malek, M-A-L-E-K, or Snap Malek, as he's known because he wears snap brim hats all the time, so in the office as well as on the street. So those Malek books are the ones set in the Chicago of the 30s and 40s, and they involve a lot of real life Chicagoans mixing with fictional people. I worked for the Tribune for a little over 20 years, and then I spent another 20 years with Advertising Age, the trade publication.
Did you ever spend any time at City News Bureau?
I did, and that's where I got a lot of my ideas. That interesting you should ask. I was at City News Bureau in 1959, and when I see the play The Front Page, I can relate to it, even though it took place a good deal earlier. In 1959, City News Bureau was still filled with characters, some of whom dated back to the 20s.
How many books have you done in total, Bob?
22, 23, I think it is now.
And how recent was your latest book?
It came out in June. It's called The Missing Heiress.
And how long did you work on that for?
Usually 9 or 10 months is usually the length of time, with research and outlining, that it takes me to do a book. The first part of my Nero Wolfe career was with Bantam Books. The second part of that was with another New York publisher, Mysterious Press. And then my Malek books have yet another publisher, a small independent publisher. I think the world of fiction is mystery and otherwise is still very, very healthy, and I like nothing more than to be able to support small independent bookstores, which is part of what this day is all about, really. This is Small Business Saturday, and the store we are in now has been so good to me for more than 30 years. I couldn't ask for a better relationship. You are
Colin.
Have we met before?
I think 2 years
He's
ago.
3.5 months.
So he's just starting. That's doing well.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Just at the right age for the building block.
Man will take your money in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.